Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to Saturday Night Live and Lisa with her jazz hands. A very warm welcome to those of you who are new, and of course, a very warm welcome back to those who are joining me for a repeat visit. Thank you so much. So, happy full moon. It is our Libra full moon, bringing balance and harmony back to relationships. This is our opportunity to really stabilize as we move more deeply into this new year, to stabilize our energy that's going to support abundant new growth. So at this time, I'd like to just ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, here to support the manifestation of our greatest and highest timeline via the pathway of a calm central nervous system. 111. Make a wish. We are the gateway of bliss. Hi, Kiva. Welcome, sis. How's this going? Happy full moon to you. Woo, boop, boopy doo. All right. So, some changes coming to this space, not massive changes, changes that are going to support consistency and more productivity on my end, because I have been picking up the pen again and allowed myself to be the sacred scribe, the pen in God's hands. Yes, the energy. We're going to speak about the energy of the full moon, and things are a little wonky and wobbly. There's an intensity about that. What I found today. So today I worked my last Saturday. I got a new shift. And so there's going to be some shifts to this channel and the live offerings. As of next Saturday night, we will be going live at 10:10 p.m. It's going to be, hopefully it helps us to connect with more and more of our soul family. So my new shift is going to be Sunday to Thursday. Yay. And so what's going to happen, the new schedule for the channel, there's still going to be something every single day. I'm going to go live 3 times a week to connect with all of you, my peeps, family. So we're going to do Tuesday Night Live at 8:11 p.m. We're going to do Thursday morning coffee time, tea time. Thursdays, we're going to do that at 10:10 a.m. And then we're going to do our Saturday Night Live starting next week at 10:10 p.m. And then each of the other days, there will be interactive messages that are shared. I feel like Sunday or Monday, there will be an intuitive energy forecast for the upcoming week. That's how this channel originally started 13 years ago, was weekly intuitive guidance. So we're going to go back to that. And then Monday will be something. Wednesdays will always be Whimsical Wednesday, and it will be interactive messages to support the inner child that was born to be alive, free and wild within you, to thrive at this time. So yeah, there's that. That's what I needed to share about the channel update. And now we're going to get into the energetics of it all. How are we all feeling? How are we all feeling? Intense. I'm feeling guided to share a message I received earlier today. Like I said, writing is something that comes really easy to me when I allow myself to be the channel, the conduit of the divine. And so It's been happening a lot more these days, like it's been happening daily, and it's very exciting. And so today, I received the following message in a 6 minute window of time between 1 p.m. and 1:06 this afternoon. And the message is as follows: fanning the flame of love that lives as a glimmer simmering within. Breathe, dear heart, breathe. Keep the faith and flow as and where you resonate. Love is great. There is no need to debate about this. You have taken the bait externally and sadly been led astray. The thread of truth has been frayed. Breathe, breathe again and again. Fan the flame of source that lives and seeks to grow from within. Sacred human, holy divine, cloaked in skin. You were born to win this game you came to play. You are the sacred skin in the game. Fan the flame, breathe, and let love win this present day. You are a gift. Please have faith about this. Breathe deep and leap into the sacredness of thee. We were born for this, all of it. Flip the script, live your bliss. So it feels like the script is flipping and we're the ones doing the flipping and perhaps a little bit of flopping here on the earthly plane. And we must keep in mind that, you know, these planetary alignments, the retrogrades that we've had, Mercury and Venus are both moving direct now. I believe Venus either just stationed to move direct or will be within the next 24 hours. And Mercury did a couple days ago. So Venus, I think I said Mercury, Venus. So Mercury went direct a couple days ago. And remember, they've been sitting there with Mars, right? The intensity of Mars, and Mars was retrograde for quite some time. And we've got Saturn in the mix. It's intense. And yet, if you've been doing the inner work, if you're spiritually aware and conscious and acting, like stepping into the role of divine responsibility, yours and mine, all of us who were born to shine, all of us who are alive at this time. If we have been doing the inner work, if we have been trusting the nudges and allowing for the release and our own healing, we're navigating this time. I think there was a message, I don't know if it was in this book. Yeah, we're navigating this time. So here's another message that came through. This came through yesterday, and it came through in 4 minutes. And it says, the message is, pathway to joy is via the pain body in which our souls reside, eternal, whole, here now in the present situation, real time, LOL. Love is blind, so is the mind. Heart mind is the pathway through the pain, your pain, my pain, our pain, shared pain, healed via sharing glory stories of pain healed and transformed to joy via the beautiful heart of the child of source, God, creation. Universal abundance is born from within your sacred skin. Dear divine Hue, Hue, man, rise. And so we're still moving. Some of us have come out on the other side of the eye of the needle, the thread as the thread we have gotten through. And now we're beginning to weave this new tapestry that is truly our pain healed. And that doesn't mean that, it doesn't completely go away. Memories don't go away, and yet we can be transformed via our pain. That was the message we received the other day, about grief and being molded by our grief. And yet, when we allow for the release, and this full moon that we're sitting under, chatting under right this minute, is so supportive of all of this. And so if you have been, if you're here, for sure, you 100% have been doing the inner work, or maybe dipping a toe in. Perhaps you haven't taken a dive into the deep end yet. But the fact that you're here and connecting and resonating with anything that's shared here, you're curious and you are going to do it. You were born to do it. And once, there's the awareness of that, there's no turning back. 1111, because we are each the sacred gateway. And when we allow ourselves to be led by, the harmonics, the energetic of the heart space, this leads us on the abundant pathway of co-creation and living our joy. Because when we are honoring our path of service, what we actually came for in this lifetime, which from my understanding, which is, limited, I suspect, in many ways, yet from my understanding at this point, and having been on this pathway for most of my adult life, the last 30 years plus, the whole entire purpose is us, healing the pain and rediscovering the innate wisdom that lives within, and then acting according to that wisdom to co-create with the divine this beautiful, abundant life of joy. And that doesn't mean everything every day is like skipping through a field of daisies and, sunshine and lollipops. No, it's about our courageous acts of self-love to transform moment to moment ourselves and our reaction to things. And so if you've been doing the work, thank you and congratulations. And yes, it does feel like there's this wave of intensity that the earth, it feels like, if I'm honest and I go back, it's probably the last 4 or 5 days we've been feeling it, as the moon is waxing to, the fullness that we see tonight. But those of us who are sensitive, we've been feeling it for quite some time. And there's, on top of the full moon and the planets stationing and then beginning to move direct again, we have also been having some major solar flares. And so for us sensitives, it's so important that we stay hydrated, we get our rest. Like if we're being guided to go to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and it's not something we normally do it. What the heck? Maybe you'll just be up an hour or so early, or maybe you'll sleep and feel really rested. Just honoring the ability to honor moment to moment, and the ability to show restraint in this, the intensity of the energetic, is a sign of greatness, is a sign of maturity. And it feels again as if our team in spirit, our loved ones in spirit, our angels, our guides, source, God, are so excited for us, very proud of us. And it feels like there's a call for us to acknowledge and be proud of ourselves too. Just trying to see what, there's a deck of cards here that they're wanting me to work with. It is hard, and yet, for a lot of us, when we go out there, so Kiva just said it's hard to be around people who are not healed at this time. And let's face it, if we have to leave our house, we got to go pick up a couple things at the grocery store, or, like we got to go to the job. We're going to be around a lot of people that aren't healed, and so this is where the spiritual maturity comes in. This is where the emotional healing is really reflects our emotional maturity in dealing with others who aren't healed, and perhaps not even aware that they need to be healed, right? Because when we're so much in what did it say? The mind is blind, you know. So when we're all up in the headspace, when we're very in that egoic, the mind operates the ego, and it's aggressive and domineering, as opposed to allowing the divine to steer and guide us via free will choices. So yeah, growing up isn't easy in a world that's really unstable and childlike. And it really comes back to that, the early development, the root and the sacral chakra. And this is the space that requires the most attention. And it's also the space that, when given attention and time, and through practice and self-care, and again, the healing, this is also the space that is the floodgate of abundant co-creation. And so it's quite beautiful. I can't okay, all right, I know what decks I need. Just one sec here. Tristan's here in my little lap, my little cat. There it is. Oh, there it is. It's right there. So Archangel Michael and the Magdalenes. And we just got to find one more, which is right there. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's just pull some cards and tune in a wee bit. I feel guided to pull from the Magdalene, or the Magdalene Oracle first. So let's see. Right? That space. That's exactly it. And all this is really, I feel like, less so than the visual on the card. This is more about confirmation of it is that space that holds our treasures. And these types of connections can either be incredibly toxic and diminishing, in particular to the divine feminine, yet still as well to the divine masculine, when the two come together, not necessarily completely healed, yet when they come together with an awareness that there is a need for healing, this connection can be incredibly empowering and healing and highly co-creative. So it's just, we don't want to fall into the casual connections there. But honestly, with that card coming out as the first card after what was just shared about the importance of the sacral chakra and the root chakra, I feel that this is highlighting it. And if this is your cosmic connection, maybe this is just a signpost that our connections are going to get a little more steamy in coming days. We'd have to have connections in order for them to get steamy. But hey, maybe this is a sign showing us what's on the horizon for us. It's exciting, this one. Yes. The sacred scribe, the prophets, the high priestesses, the medicine women. It's us, right? We each have gifts that we're here to uncover and discover, and not all gifts will be found. Not all gifts can be found on our own. And I feel like a part of the message is sometimes it requires teamwork. And this is again, the color of this card is all sacral chakra, with the exception of the center here, which is moving up into the solar plexus. And it feels like solar plexus grounded down into the earth as well, reclaiming, reharnessing our sacred power and allowing ourselves, allowing source, allowing God, allowing whatever it is that we connect with that is inspiring, loving, and kind, allowing that to guide us in our day-to-day life. And 2121, allowing ourselves I'm hearing without fear and without delay, to trust the guidance that we're getting each and every day. Take yourself, 2133, out of purgatory. Because this is like the mind, right? In the mind. And it's not a great place to be. And so moment to moment, we have the ability. And if we're not creating more, so if we're doing our work, we're stabilizing, we're honoring and trusting our inner nudges, resting when we're called to rest, doing all those things, that when we encounter energy of another sister or brother who is in this space, and we can feel, others in this space, that we're not taking it personally, because we are doing the multidimensional healing. We are the change. And what's changing is our reaction to things that used to diminish our power. We're finished with that. We have allowed ourselves to be moved through the eye of the needle. Or again, we may still be in this space. And this space may be, the span of a couple of days, a couple hours, maybe a couple of weeks. It does feel like many of us will have made the transition, the safe passage by Taurus season after our 420 Easter, rising again in power, continuing as we go to make the changes. In my throat. And I'm looking here, we see the butterfly right at like the throat, high heart into the throat. And my throat is going crazy all of a sudden. Let me clear my throat. Who did that? Who sang that? Let me clear my throat. Anyways, that was a good song. So again, more confirmation. It just feels like it's a lot of confirmation for us to stick to stay the course. Stay the course. The heart has chosen, and the heart continues to choose, and the gut is choosing, right? Like, so many of us get led astray by the mind, the mental, like the smallness of the mind, the closed mind. And then we disregard the gut instinct. And over time, it's become commonplace for us to disregard the gut instinct. Excuse me, not anymore. Excuse me, not anymore. We are creating heaven here on earth through our calm central nervous system. Everything above us in the heavens is supporting us, in the sky, is supporting us to anchor as we heal multidimensionally and be the strong, stable tree of life in sacred union with the other, co-creating and fulfilling our path of spiritual service in this life. It's up to us. We can either stay earthbound or we can take flight and giggle with fits of delight. Oh, more confirmation. And what I'm really seeing strongly from this deck, which is the Blue Angel Oracle, is the angelic realm. And again, look at in the Crimson Angel, we have the rose of unconditional love right there in the sacred womb space, co-creating from the heart, deeply grounded. These wings are all red, which speaks of root chakra, and then surrounded by the golden. So grounded, being grounded through our roots, helps us to rise in our solar power, helps us to amp up, if you will, the golden light as we co-create with the divine, as, you know, whatever our role is in this lifetime. Personally, for me, it's a scribe, a teacher in some way, you know. Some would say perhaps I'm not qualified, and yet, you know, God says different. So it's about trusting, right? And not playing small. Yes, this is my role. And we all have one. And look at that. It's the number 11. Make a wish. We are the sacred gateway of bliss. Sacred union, born for this. 11, justice, you know, divine justice, full moon in Libra. We were talking about this the other day, or it was, oh, I think I probably have to cover the breasts. I think that's fine, but the boobs aren't. I am the Emerald Goddess, fertility. Number 14, which comes to a 5, again, change. And, you know, as we change, as we grow, the prophet speaks. The prophet speaks of the goodness we know. GNO, like the gnosis, what we know inside. The things we know and we don't know how we know, but we know those things. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do. Okay, so let's get some modern day Merlin mandala cards. They're really beautiful. Let's see. Oh my gosh. It was 2811 there on the clock. We've got a 28 lineage. Nothing is forgotten. Exactly. If you'll notice with the new schedule of the lives, the Tuesday night is at 8:11, which adds to 10. Thursday morning is at 10:10. Saturday night is at 10:10. There's a theme here, and 28 comes to a 10. So this is like the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it's up to us to really go for what is destined for us, and choose the path of destiny, not the fated path where fate's just kind of like, oh, and then one day it just happened. You know, destiny is what we were born for, the reason why we came. And you'll know your destiny because it's a calling that doesn't go away. And this speaks of that. Nothing is forgotten. And as we heal, as we peel back, as we, you know, go through that eye of the needle and heal the pain, we remember why we came. And we remember things that we didn't know we knew. And yet, when we remember them, it's like, how could I forget that? If you know what I mean, it sounds all very, a little more woo-woo tonight than normal. Would you agree, Kiva? So be true to you. Trust your intuition as you go deeper in, into the heart of the matter. This again is like, speaking of, I'm also feeling like the sacred union, the sacred Trinity energy here. And to see life, see things, see others um, via the eyes of the heart. It's funny because there was one card stuck and I wasn't going to look. And then they said, look. So I looked, and it's this illumination, shine a light, 21. The world, the universe is our oyster. And again, it's like, as we see through the eyes of the heart, our vision becomes more clear. It's like cell division, like multiplying, abundantly co-creating. And again, here I was saying the Trinity. I mean, I always equate 21 with the world, and of course with Frank now. This, though, if we add the 2 and 1, it's 3, the Trinity. You know, co-creating via the Trinity that lives and breathes as us, the vessel of soul, the home of soul, the sacred skin. Vitality, judge wisely. 12, oh my gosh, we've got 12, 21. 12/21, I'm not going to pull up my sleeve, but 12/21 is the day that a lovely man named Frank transitioned. 12/21, and we've got them together. Judge wisely. And this is also feeling to me, because like a lot of the wonky energy, although it's felt both in the divine and the masculine here, it feels more like there's, well, what's being expressed in the masculine divine and the feminized masculine is anger. And there's this real anger. Hi there. Good, thanks. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, whether it's being expressed through the feminine vessel or the masculine vessel, there's a lot of anger and aggression that seems to be present. And so, again, as the one here on this path of mastery, as the one here that's doing the inner work, as the one here that's consciously growing up, it's really important to use our discernment. And we're back to the Trinity here again, where there was expansion here through the illumination card. We're shining our light because we have important work to do here, but we're being guided to use our discernment. With this 11 energy, which is the Justice card, which is the Libra energy, which is also Venus energy. So love illuminating all over us. We don't want to be the judge and jury, like pointing fingers, judging other people. We want to be observers. And so that's really feel like we're the new world observers as we continue to do what we're called to do and make adjustments as we go, with the awareness and understanding and knowing. Sure, go ahead. I'm feeling generous tonight, more generous than normal. Sure, ask any questions. Maybe I'll pull a card. Kiva, if you'd like me to pull a card, let me know. So yeah, as we go, we're kind of like, if you're here, you're a real one. You're doing the work. Thank you for doing the work, and keep doing it, because it's going to pay off. It's not all rainbows and lollipops and sunshine and all of that. It's it's a challenge. Kiva, until Tanya, is it Tanya? gets the question. Kiva, let me know if you'd like a Magdalene card, modern day Merlin, or an Archangel Michael. I know what I'm feeling guided to pull for you. You tell me. Captain and Tennille. Oh my gosh. What was that way popular song of theirs? It wasn't like, so I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. No, that's not Rock Your Boat. Rock Your Boat is the Hue Corporation, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Muskrat Love? No, that's not the one. Okay, so Kiva, you want Magdalene. I was guided to a different deck, so I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull from the Magdalene, but I'm going to get the card that wants to come out here, and it's two of them. Oh my God! And you asked for the Magdalene, so Captain and Tennille. Okay. Okay, so you got two out of both, but I'm feeling a third one here. So, oh my God. Okay, so you asked for the Magdalene. Here are the cards that came from the Magdalene Oracle. And you know what? These again are, you're likely, if you're here watching this, you're likely going to very much resonate. And it's also going to show you how cool the team of light I work with is, because it's so much confirmation here to everything that's already been shared. So from the Magdalene Oracle, you got the most powerful card in the deck, the Gaia card. And that's literally what it says, that this is the most powerful card in the deck. And this is all about healing and the connection to the earth. And we can see that beautiful full moon. That looks like a full moon to me in the sky. And all these beautiful trees. And these trees didn't get to this size, to this height overnight. Good things take time. We then got color. And this is about, again, the pathway of healing is the pathway of the joy. Each day is a canvas. We all have these mountains to climb and rivers to cross and valleys to get through, and yet we're doing it. And it's all about our ability to keep showing up and to, allow ourselves to adjust so that the hue, the color changes. And this also speaks to me, Kiva. I'm pretty sure you were here the other day when there was sharing about sometimes wearing certain colors and being guided to wear a certain color. A lot of times I'll be guided to cover my neck or, in blue or black as a protective. So it really feels like there's something here for that as well, for you to work with your intuition and again follow the nudges you're receiving. Then the third card you get is like divine order, justice, which is just like the divine, again, it's like one of these trees here standing in here is this sacred divine feminine understanding that everything, that's hilarious, that everything is unfolding in divine and perfect time. And there's not a lot to do. The tree doesn't run around saying, hey, look at me, I'm growing, right? The tree just stays put and focuses on the roots that support the upward growth, if you will, the outer growth. So keep going. Now, Kiva, I said I was guided to the Archangel Michael Oracle while you were making your choice of which deck you wanted me to work with. And you got two frigging amazing cards here. Sananda, more angel wings. And these ones are red again. Another three, which have been all over these messages tonight. And this is about the path of mastery. The daily practices, the meditation, getting to the space where very little externally has, did you just see something go past there? Has too much of an effect. What have we been talking about this whole message? Co-creating. And then we get the poetics of light, creation, 25, which comes to a 7. So the 7 is all about the physical vessel, right? Through our energetic system of the wheels of light, the wheels of life, the chakras within. And these are the places that we hold back energetically. So if we've got issues down there at the root chakra, which is developed between 1 and 7, and then we move up into the sacral chakra, the space between the hips, the emotional center between 7 and 8, between 7 and 14, this is developed. And so if there's problems in the root, then we're going to move into the sacral at a disadvantage, and so on up the chain. And the primary focus for us in this lifetime is to heal those chakras below the heart so we can come back to center and really then again, as individuals in a collective, grow this beautiful experience that we're meant to have here. 14, or it was 4114, so 5-5, the change. And 7 for me is all about the physical body. Speaking of the physical body, paying attention to the physical body. My life path is a 9. So yeah. Okay. So Kiva, I hope those messages support. You know what? There's probably, Tennille, there's a lot of information on this channel. Peruse some of the playlists. I believe one of them is your spiritual toolbox. There's probably a lot of information on that there. And then maybe also on one of the lives, if you come back on Tuesday night at 8:11, or maybe Thursday morning at 10:10, we can delve more into that. I also do one-to-one work with people and within groups like the Moon Circle. So if you want to have a look at my website, you can do that as well. Yes, please subscribe. Thank you for doing so. So let's breath, Tennille, a great way to start even just connecting with the chakras is beginning to breathe into them. And maybe finding a chakra, like a guided chakra meditation on YouTube. And again, I'm being called back to my roots to do what I do best, which is bring messages through, as well as support others in healing through intuitive sessions and stuff. So check me out. I may be able to help you more than that. Did you see that? Did you? So there was something that flew in, right? Like I only caught it out of the corner of my eye. Okay. Yeah, he's always around. So this is beautiful. And this card always reminds me of Jesus, and some say Yeshua, and some say the ascended name, if you will, is Sananda. So this just is... yeah, okay. Like a wing. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. So, yeah, this also coming around Easter time, it feels like, you know, the pathway of forgiveness and stuff, and reminding us about us being the light, the consciousness of Christ. I can pull some cards for you, Tennille. That kind of, and see if anything comes up with about the job. For the most part, the way that Source works, the way I've been told I am to work, is to support others for their own personal healing. So, I mean, this is something that, you know, if we were doing like a one-to-one session, and I was tuning in to, if I had the time really to tune in like that, I might be able to receive more, like more of a direct answer on that one. For now, I can pull a card from you, and I'm feeling guided to pull from the Archangel Michael. pick a card for me. So this is the first card out for you, Tennille, is the perspective card. And it's a 45, which comes to a 9. And it's hilarious because today, I don't have it in here. Oh, and then you got this card again. It came out for the collective. But it's funny that 45 came out because today when I was at work, what did I write? It was 54, 45, 45, 54, 18, 9, 3. And I ripped it off the paper and it's in my bag. I haven't emptied my bag. I haven't emptied my bag from work yet, but there's something to that. And then you got, so I feel like you're being, so back to your question. I've lost a job I loved having, and you're having a hard time finding a new one. Can you tell me anything, please? I've been ill and disability and been treated unfair. And I feel like with this message coming out in relation to that question, you are being given this time. And during this time, they're asking me to take the bottom card here as well. So I will. And then I'm going to put them down because it's distracting. This time serves great purpose, and you're being asked to use this time in service to yourself and your own personal healing. Like and even with the treated unfair. Remember, what was the card that came out for Kiva? The discernment card, or that was for all of us, the discernment card. And so with this card out, it's like asking you to sit and really reflect. Hi, Creatrix. Welcome. Hi, y'all. So it feels, Tennille, that this is asking you it's almost like this time is a gift, but you don't see it yet because you're focused on what you lost, which was the job that you loved. And now you're in this space where you're having a difficult finding another job. And then you probably have the energy around it is like, how am I going to find a job? Like, I really love that job. And so with the holding on and the focus on that, it's really not creating space for the new to open, energetically, the opportunities to come into your experience. 45 also comes to a 9. 9 is the year it's 2025, and 2025 is the universal 9 year. And this is, there's others out there that'll say that 10 is a completion energy. I disagree. 9 is a completion energy, and 10 is the movement, the forward movement, the new beginning, if you will. 9 is the complete, and I simply say that's how I've always understood it, because 9 is the last single digit number before we move to double digits. So from that perspective, this is a completion. 9 is also the archetype of the hermit, and the hermit is number 9. And this is about the inner journey, the inner reflection. The hermit holds the lantern with the star in it. The star is our healing. Messages that were coming through during the holy days, the solstice season in December of 2024, talked a lot about what this year meant for all of us individually. And then, of course, we're all going through it individually. It creates a collective shift as well. So we're wrapping up cycles. And this feels like you're greatly supported. Like, look at these two cards, the multidimensional healing, which we've already seen in these messages once tonight. And then the wings of light, the positive news, more angel wings, lots and lots of angel wings tonight. And we've got the 27, double confirmation of the 9 energy, wrapping it up, completing thumbs up if you agree, anyone that's listening, because this is really important. It is our mindset about what has happened to us, what is happening to us, um, what might happen to us. It's our mindset that really holds us back. And it's when we can get into um, the space, the heart space, the heart mind space of fanning the flames, the message that was shared at the beginning of this connection tonight, fanning the inner flame, because that's what we're here to do. I really feel, Tennille, that there is good news coming for you, and that this time it's almost like a pause. Again, the space between. And, the message has been coming through for a long time that once we get to Taurus season, like the resurrection, 420, Easter, things are going to begin. Because now, like, we've had a lot of planets in retrograde, so there's now forward movement again, communication again. And I'm being guided to say, communicate to yourself as if you were your very best friend. That's where all good relationships begin. That's where all, potential opportunities begin, as a positive thought we have within. So I hope those messages resonated with you, Tennille. Please do let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, and thank you for your subscription tonight. I'm looking forward to a deepening connection with you. Thanks for joining. Yay, we got a new family member on the full moon. Creatrix, would you like me to pull a card or two for you? I'm working with the Magdalene Oracle tonight, the Archangel Michael Oracle, and the Modern Merlin. Thanks. And I find that really when we gather in groups like this, and if you just hit the little thumbs up button, that would be great. When we gather in groups like this, it's really like we're all resonating within the same energetic, like the same harmonic. And so it's almost like the messages are universal, if you will. Everyone can relate to something, as something is, yeah, sure. You tell me what deck, or I'm going to pick, because they've already got me shuffling a deck. Thank you. Thanks for the thumbs up. That kind of engagement really matters. I love the engagement on the chat when we're live. And even in the comments and stuff after, it's so great. And it really helps us to get through, bust through the algorithms. Like, I'm trying to grow this channel. I have to get to 3,000 watch hours. I've already got I need 1,000 subscribers, but I'm already at one of the milestones where if I get the watch hours, then we can do super chats. I can, put some little links in here for readings and that kind of stuff. So engagement, it helps us break through the algorithms. Creatrix, what was the Captain and Tennille song? It was a really popular Captain and Tennille song. Tennille said, what did you say it was called? But that wasn't the one I was thinking of. Captain and Tennille. I don't know. I don't know. Let it go, Lisa. Oh, thank you. Love will keep us together. Oh, think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking girl comes along, singing a song. Look in my eyes. Just stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking of you. will keep us together. You know, so I don't know what year that was, but I seem to recall that song was a part of our morning exercises when I was in elementary school. So between, like kindergarten and grade 8, and then we'd have to do like these little exercises by our desk. Yeah, sing it. I know. Yeah, 76. So I was born in 1970. So I always sing. Come back for more sing-alongs. We can do a round robin. Okay, so Creatrix. I think that's why some people come back, is just for the entertainment factor. And if that's the only reason, thank you. Thank you so much. Google says 85. So I was like 5. So like, this is 3-year-old Lisa. This is me in 1973. So that song came out like 2 years later. Can you imagine this little cutie pie running around singing that? And another one I remember from those days, and it's still one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. 3 Dog Night. Who knows it? 3 Dog Night. And one of their popular songs. I'll wait and see if anyone wants to sing it with me before I bust into song. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. No. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. Yes, he always had some mighty fine wine. Singing joy to the world. I really wish we could be here in person, because we'd be having so much fun. My son's probably in the next room going, oh my gosh, like, honestly, my mother. Anyways, yeah. And later in life, so I was really young when that song came out. It was out in the 70s. And later in life, interestingly enough, my son's father and I went to see 3 Dog Night at one of the local, like, it's actually out of town casinos. They were playing there. And I was in my late 30s at that time. So it was hilarious that they were still around. But Creatrix, these cards are friggin' amazing. So I was guided to the Modern Merlin Oracle for you. And the first card out was the value card, Spiritual Worth 43, which is a 7. And this is just like, this is it. The eye of the needle that we've been thread through. We're coming out the other side well aware of our worth, well aware that we have gifts of great value to offer the world via our service, our whatever that looks like for each of us, right? We're each unique, and we have our own little I don't mean little because they're big. It's like we each have our assignment, if you will, the things that we were tasked to do in this lifetime. Oh, we've got another life past 7 here. Kiva is a 7 as well. I'm a 9, and Tennille is a 2, I believe. So we've got a lot of, we're all working at different levels of soul development. And remember, this is evolutionary growth of the soul that we're temporarily here for in the human HUE home. So what we're doing is of great value, and we are here. And again, back an hour ago when this message started, a lot of the conversation was around the fact that we are here for spiritual purpose. Our purpose is of a spiritual nature. And in order to rediscover or to uncover or to remember that, it requires us to do our healing, to move through the pain that we've held within. Yeah. My guides are cool like that. And I pulled a 7, and I also pulled a 2 right now for Kiva, not Kiva, sorry, creatrix. Attraction, attraction rather than promotion. Again, like it was said earlier, the tree doesn't go running around saying, hey, look at me, I'm this beautiful tree. No, the tree stays where it's rooted, focuses on growing through the roots and like nurturing the roots, growing them strong so that it can grow upward and bear good fruit and be the home to all kinds of little birds. It's multi-purpose. And so again, this is feeling like high priestess energy, trusting your intuition, focusing on honoring this is all like solar plexus coming online via the intuitive nudges, trusting. Yeah. Ah, a 9. Yeah, I'm a 9 too. I can relate. And it feels like those of us, those with, let's just say this, and it's not saying it as it is any form of like feelings of superiority over another. We each have, as was said, we each have different various roles to play, different contracts, sacred contracts, and karma that we came to clear and heal. And not everybody not everybody does it, right? Not everybody does. There's a select few, those who select to do the inner work we're being called to do. It seems like those of us who actually do it have had these really really challenging experiences, traumatic experiences, came even into this lifetime with a lot of baggage, if you will. And so it just really feels that, again, like it's been said for a couple of weeks now, Creatrix, the celebration is on the horizon. The having faith, staying the course of your heart. And here we have expanded vision, number 44. As those of you who have been here with me before know, 4s are my number for the angelic realms. And this is also a master number, right? And in this, we already had a perspective card out here earlier for Tennille. And this is the same energy. Our perspective is being expanded. It's like seeing all through the eyes of Source, ourselves and others. And then, it just feels like there's an opening up. If you'll see these other two, they're kind of like closed with the circle around this one and, the points around this one. This one feels like it opens up. We see the arrows. And I'm almost feeling on this, like the openness. It feels like open here. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I have to draw it. So 2000 party over. It's out of time. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. That was like my high school. Those were my high school days. Purple Rain, like Prince was the guy. Okay, so I'm sorry, so it's rough. But where here it's like closed, it feels like opening up and creating that merging as the energy comes in. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I feel like on the other side of the eye of this needle, and like perhaps you're on the other side of it, perhaps you're still moving through it, that you're going to come out of the other side with more clarity. Your perspective is going to be expanded, and the expansion is in your personal value and the value and worth of what you bring to the table. You're incredibly gifted. And, it's not about, yeah, same. And yet the rewards, I feel, are going to make the back half, the back end, if you will, much more like, almost like, pauper to prince, if you will, but it's like, perhaps pauper to queendom, to divine royalty, because in fact, that's exactly what we are, is divine royalty. And I have the crowns to prove it, and receive the message many, many years ago. That's exactly, yeah. Can't see it. Does that help? So on the card, it was showing like that, but they always, I do a lot of doodling, and I have for a very long time. So I'll do things like this. Well, not things like this. I always do things like this. It's about all I do. So I do, so I do a lot of spirals, and then the spirals oftentimes will have the open end, or sometimes it's the other way. Like it's the, and I'm not sure why. And a lot of times when I'm writing, and then sometimes it's like that. So open, receiving, sending out. Yeah. So, and if we reduce the 44 here, it comes to an 8. We wouldn't generally reduce a master number, but I am feeling guided to reduce it because they showed me the strength card in the tarot, right? It's the lion heart, real eyes, see the world with the heart of the lion, the courage of the lion that lives inside and breathes with us as we fan those flames. So I trust that message resonates. I'm going to share as we close up this meeting tonight, this meeting tonight, the meeting of the wise woman, the divine feminine, and the wise masculine club. I'm not sure. I'm going to share the message that came through today. There'll be something here for you tomorrow and Monday. We'll be back here live Tuesday night at 8:11, Thursday morning live. So the channel, I've really been guided to shift things because I'm in, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I'm being guided to do. And so I'm going to trust that at this time, because it's time to really trust. So I've been guided to make some changes. I've also been given a new shift at work. So instead of Thursday to Monday, I'm now going to be working Sunday to Thursday, and I'm going to have Friday and Saturday off. So the new live schedule, and I'll put it in the information about the channel, is Tuesday nights. We're going to go live at 8:11 p.m. Thursday morning, we're going to go live at 10:10 a.m. And Saturday nights are now going to be live at 10:10 a.m. At 10:10 p.m. instead of 11:44, which will make it better for all of us because it's approaching 1 a.m. here now. So this message I'm going to share, I shared it at the beginning. I'm going to share it here as we wrap up. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to, connect with me outside of this space, you can check the description box below for all my information. And again, I will be here to, oh, hey, Zach, welcome back, brother. How's it going? Nice to see you back. Zach is back in the house, ladies. He came back, the divine masculine. Yay. Nice to have you back. Thank you. So you tuned in late, but you can still go back and re-listen. There's lots of great little tidbits and information in there for all of us. So this message I'm going to share as we close up. I'll see you here live on Tuesday, and stay tuned Monday or tomorrow Monday. We'll see how it plays out, but there'll be an intuitive energy update. Wednesday will still be an interactive for Whimsical Wednesday, and all that. We'll get it all sorted out. But here is the message that came through with today's full moon. I received this message in 6 minutes, between 1 and 1:06 this afternoon. Here it goes. Fanning the flame of love that lives as a glimmer simmering within. Breathe, dear heart, breathe. Keep the faith. Flow as and where you resonate. Love is great. There is no need to debate about this. You have taken the bait externally and sadly have been led astray. The thread of truth has been frayed. Breathe again and again. Fan the flame of source that lives and seeks to grow from within. Sacred human, HUEMAN. Holy divine, cloaked in skin. You were born to win this game. You came to play. You are the sacred skin in the game. Fan the flame. Breathe and let love win this present day. You are a gift. Please have faith about this. Breathe deep and leap into the sacredness of thee. We were born for this, all of it. Flip the script. Live your bliss. I live mine here with you all the time. Not sure if you can tell, but I absolutely love connecting and sharing with all of you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for showing me some love with your thumbs up, with your comments, and all of those who support me in all the ways you do. It is truly an honor and privilege to connect with you, and your presence here is a gift for which I am eternally grateful. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the beautiful work that you do. I got more. She's got more. I've been typing like crazy today. So anyways, I love you all so much, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you again live Tuesday night at 8:11. Oh, I'm going to have to change that. This will be our last Tuesday night at 8:11, and then I'm going to have to change it because my shift has changed. I'll get back to you with the next. Anyways, we'll see you Tuesday at 8:11 p.m. live. It'll be my last Saturday. Anyways, everyone, have a great evening. Get out there and do some moon dancing, maybe howl at the moon. Until next time, love you.